We all know or have known someone whose life choices have put them on a very dangerous path. We see their ways and instinctively know where their choices will ultimately lead. With each destructive step, they move further into a life of physical and mental struggles that can take years to recover from. Sadly, the pain and damage that they encounter affects not only themselves, but also those who know and love them. When we see these damaged souls, our first thoughts are often, "There, but, for the grace of God, go I." It is heart-wrenching to focus on any one of them and to visualize how they were as an infant or a toddler. There they were, a mere child with a world of potential ahead of them. So innocent and so trusting. Then, somewhere along their life journey, something happened that placed them on their destructive path. We know that God created us all, and that each of us walks a path of our own choosing. We also know that God has a plan for each person that He created, and that it is up to us to choose the path that walks with God. How many lives has God turned around? How many hopeless souls were lifted up from the muck and mire of life, simply because God reached out and touched their mind? How many seeds planted from long ago have the Holy Spirit nurtured and caused to grow in the heart of someone who is at their lowest? Nothing is impossible with God. No life is unsalvageable as long as there is breath in their lungs. No path is permanent unless one chooses to make it so. The story of the prodigal son comes to mind, where one of the sons went down a destructive path that ultimately led him to the point of starving and living a degraded life, feeding pigs. In a moment of clarity, he realized that there is a better way, even if it was as a servant in his father's house. He then decided to act and choose a different path. We read about the moment where he decides to turn his life around in Luke 15:17-19, where Jesus tells us, "But when he came to his senses, he said, 'How many of my father's hired laborers have more than enough bread? But I am dying here from hunger. I will set out and go to my father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired laborers.'" The beauty of this parable is that the son not only decided to take a different path, but he took the steps needed to put him onto a better path for his life. On his new journey, he found that his father was anxiously watching for his return. A father who then greeted his son with love, joy, compassion, and forgiveness. A father who is the example that each of us must follow. Every life is precious. Every person has a story to tell and a plan to live out. Every choice we make places us on a path, and only God knows the ending from the beginning of the path we choose. Let us focus our prayers on someone who we may know who is on a destructive path. Pray that the Holy Spirit intervenes in their lives and brings clarity to their thinking. Pray that the Spirit of God helps them understand their need to find a better way and grants them the strength to act. As disciples of Christ, we know that God is the very embodiment of love, compassion, and forgiveness. His desire is that we all will live a full and productive life. Jesus came among us so that we may have that full life and have it more abundantly. But the truth is that life is about choices. Each choice places our feet onto a path, and each step down that path takes us to an ultimate destination. Let us keep our family and our friends continually in our prayers. Let us be willing to be used by God to touch the lives of someone who is hurting, someone who is struggling, and someone who needs a touch from God. If this devotional has blessed you, then please consider subscribing to our channel. It costs nothing to subscribe and will greatly benefit our ability to continue encouraging God's people. Also, please like this posting and forward this to someone who you feel would be blessed. We post a new devotional each day, so remember to click on the notification icon so that you will not miss each new posting.